It's Mobile Game Mondays! That's right, here on DDG, we are covering and ranking the mobile games we play with an in-depth analysis of anything we might find to be a worthwhile play. It's not every Monday, so don't get too excited.
So excited!
But hey, maybe if you subscribe and like the damn video for once, I could quit my job and do this shit full time.
I quit. Now leave me alone.
So, let's kick this bitch off right with the game series that everyone already knows about, but you might not be playing yet. Call of Duty Mobile. The Call of Duty games are among the most popular of all the first-person shooter games out there. A few of them have set the bar quite high, games like Modern Warfare and Black Ops. Now recently I got a pretty sweet new phone that's really good for mobile gaming, and so one of the first things that I did was I checked online to see like top 5, top 10 ranked mobile games out there, and I was quite surprised to find Call of Duty ranked as, you know, one of the best ones across various websites. Now, I'm quite familiar with first-person shooter games. I've played Doom, Medal of Honor, Battlefield, Halo, and so I'm no stranger to first-person shooter games, and I was actually quite surprised at how good the game actually is. You know, but Call of Duty Mobile isn't perfect. There's some things I like about it, some things that I don't like, so let's run through the breakdown and see what this game really has to offer. I was expecting a half-assed, watered-down version of the real thing. Mobile games don't usually come even close to PC and console level titles. I consider them to be basic, kill some time, inferior games that you can play on the go. Some definitely have more complexity and playability than most, and there are a wide variety of mobile games we could look at here. From Raid, Shadow Legends, to others such as Diablo Immortal and Genshin Impact that can offer up a somewhat genuine console experience. But for anyone who sat down and played a complete Call of Duty game on your Xbox or PlayStation or PC or whatever, I think you would agree with me that the mobile version has a somewhat dubbed down but very real compatible feel. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but the mobile version is actually my go-to Call of Duty game right now. I'm not playing Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops and haven't in years. COD Mobile is so good, my girlfriend is even playing it. And this is worth noting because she doesn't usually play these types of games and has become completely hooked on it. And to my surprise, she's quite good at it too. We are having a blast smashing the competition, and I'm proud of you, babe. Unfortunately, the game does follow the run-of-the-mill mobile formula, with pop-ups to buy guns, battle pass shit, and cinematic cutscenes for new updates. But aside from a heavy dose of it upon your very first login, Call of Duty Mobile is never overburdened by these things. You can typically start up the game and be playing a match in under 3 minutes, which is great. Once you dive into the multiplayer matches, you will find yourself smiling in delight as you gun down enemies and start unlocking new weapons. The matches come quickly and with almost non-existent load times. Right from the start, I was absolutely annihilating my opponents. I was getting MVPs left and right like a madman, and knew right from the jump, I was on a whole different level than these clowns. I am utterly destroying people in this game, and it is so damn satisfying. Any FPS veteran is going to start off crushing newbies, and this will likely get you hooked right in. This game stands alone as its own unique Call of Duty game, and if you enjoy playing stuff on your phone, and if you enjoy playing first-person shooters, you will love it once you get comfortable at the touch controls. It does take a moment to get acclimated, but the touchscreen totally works for this type of experience. With external controller support like a Backbone or Xbox controller, you can ditch the touchscreen entirely and play it properly. It is worth noting here that doing so only pairs you up against other players with controllers, so no competitive advantage for you on that front. I'm incredibly surprised the developers didn't take every opportunity to suck your wallet dry here. The game doesn't force video ads in your face constantly, aside from the pop-ups to buy guns and battle pass shit. The only time you will see video advertisements is to get double XP for your weapons. It also doesn't force in-game purchases in order to play it well or have fun. You really don't have to spend a dime. I've been getting a whole lot of miles out of this thing and didn't spend any money at time of production. Could it be giving my opponents an edge? Yeah, maybe, but I'm still playing well enough and getting sick kill streaks regardless. The only reason I can see you needing or wanting to spend your dollars is to buy crazy insane guns, banners, cool characters and gear for your avatar, or to level up faster. This is what a mobile game should be. Not a total cash grab, a real gaming experience at its core, with the option to speed things along, or maybe get a leg up against the competition. There are a fuck ton of weapons to choose from. In fact, it borders on too many. There are a staggering number of options, from shotguns, sniper rifles, light and heavy machine guns, to rocket and grenade launchers. The selection just goes on, and you unlock more and more as you level up. This fucking game is the real Call of Duty experience. It has everything. The ability to call in airstrikes, attack helicopters, UAVs, drone strikes, mech suits, nuclear warheads, and even the attack dogs are here. Mobile games like this are really raising the bar, and it is impressive what they can achieve on a phone. So much so that portable consoles like the Switch and Steam Deck should start getting nervous. I'm even hearing rumors of a possible Switch phone that could be released in the future as a way to compete with this type of shit. Grab something like a Backbone controller and you are having a legit gaming session here. There are a whole bunch of maps, such as the famous Nuketown, and different game modes to choose from. Multiplayer modes include 2 vs 2, 5 vs 5, 10 vs 10, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy, Free-for-all, Battle Royales, gun game randomizers where every time you kill an enemy, you get a different weapon, and even fucking Call of Duty Zombies is here. Not all modes are always available though, as they switch up the offerings week to week. The Battle Royale mode is worth noting. The map is massive and pairs you with 3 other team members in an attempt to be the last team standing. There are even vehicles to drive around in with gunner positions that your friend can man or you can switch to. And air supply drops that come out of nowhere to re-up your supply. But unfortunately, it's not all perfection here. COD Mobile is plagued with many of the same problems the full games have, as well as its own unique issues. There are too many tiny-ass maps with enemies constantly spawning behind you and all around you. The result is aggravating, cheap deaths. Even with the 5-second invincibility it will sometimes give you, depending on the game mode. I'm not gonna lie though, the chaos this creates is fun as fuck. But all too often, you are launched into a match you have 0 chance of winning. One moment you are destroying your enemies, and the next, you're getting creamed. But this could be deliberate, as the game will reward you for beating strong opponents, so maybe this isn't so bad, as it lets you feel good about yourself, and then shows you there's room for improvement. Getting thrown into the same map multiple times in a row is also an issue. I can't even tell you how many times I'm playing with my girl, and Nuketown comes up like 5+ times in a row. This has happened on more than one occasion. The size of the map for Battle Royale is huge, but most of the time, I'm just running around looking for enemies to kill. It's a pretty cool thing that they have this big open world mode, but it can get boring, especially if you can't find a vehicle to get around in. The zombie mode feels like a cheap add-on. I must have played it at least 7 times, and I think there's only one stage for it. A lot of substance is there, like the Pack-a-Punch and progressing through different areas by buying your way through obstacles, but doing things like repairing windows feels pointless as zombies just spawn anywhere they want, and the final boss is this super tank that legit takes 10 minutes to take down. They need to put more focus on it and fix the zombie spawning and add more maps for it, but that's just my opinion. With the number of maps that do exist for this game, I don't know why there's only one for zombies. Now I gotta touch on the game's menu system. It's this overwhelming, endless, confusing mess. With way too many screens to go through, I feel like unless I peruse every single one of them, I'm going to miss out on something important. It's just screen after screen after screen of items to claim, and things to buy, and upgrades to get. And the way in which you get new items is made to look like it's this random roulette spin, but it's secretly rigged. The game outright refuses to give you anything good until you go through multiple spins, increasing the cost after each one. While I am impressed with the game being fully accessible to the player from the start, and not blasting us with too many adverts or pop-ups, it does tempt and tease you into spending your money. And anyone who becomes a regular player of the game is no doubt at some point going to be lured into spending some coin. It's just a matter of how long you can hold out. I also feel like the game is way too eccentric with certain character designs and futuristic weapons. I mean, what the hell is this? Kevin Durant is in the game now? Who in God's name thought this was a good idea? Is this shit for real? This is hilarious! Final thoughts. For a mobile game, it's impressive. For whatever reason, it doesn't siphon your wallet and offers plenty of fun straight out the gate. Hopefully it stays that way. Adjustments need to be made here and there, but with it being a traditional Call of Duty game, requiring you to level up to unlock more weapons, weapon add-on perks, and special abilities like the attack dogs and turret drops, it will keep you coming back every day for some real on-the-go competition. It's perfect when you're out and about and need to kill some time, and hours will go by in the blink of an eye when you truly get sucked into it. This is legit the only first-person shooter game I'm really playing right now, and gives me the same type of experience I would have on PC and consoles. You do need a pretty up-to-date mobile device or tablet to run it well, but you can get by on something like 3 to 5 years older if you turn the graphics down. The action is intense and can be chaotic at times, and with so many players being total noobs, not being able to shoot you standing at point-blank range, even novices can enjoy this shit. I love ranking things, so like the other genres we are covering, phone games will get its own Tower of Games tier list. However, these mobile game rankings are being held to a different standard. We need to take into consideration that these are indeed phone and tablet games that have their limitations. With that in mind, this is the final breakdown. Alright, so I know this is a very outdated way of doing things. We don't really use this system to review games anymore. I remember back in the day, GameSpot would use this system to review games. I like this system, I always have, so I'm bringing it back because I'm old school like that. And going forward, in all the games I review, this is like how I'm going to do it. I try to touch on all the important elements to a game, like graphics and audio and whatnot. So let's just go through the list really quick. For Call of Duty Mobile, keeping in mind it's a mobile game, it's not a PS5 game, it's not a brand new PC game. We're going to be a little bit more generous with the reviewing here. I gave it graphics, beautiful, 10 points, because it really looks like an Xbox 360 game or better. The game it's just Call of Duty in all its glory, and it certainly deserves at least 10 points being a game on your phone. Gameplay, very good, 15 points, I'm playing the shit out of it. Audio, I could have gone not too bad, 6 points, but I gave it good, 8 points, because all the different guns have their own unique sounds. The sound effects in the game, very good, and you know, it's got some pretty banging music for like the menu system and different cinematic cutscenes. Could have gone not too bad, but I was generous in this area. The next 3 categories, I'm not really giving points to them, it's just more of like an FYI. Audience, definitely teens and up. Difficulty, easy to learn and hard to master. You can definitely play this game and get going right away once you learn the touch controls, but to play against like the more competitive players in the game, you're gonna have to play quite a bit. Grind isn't necessary to progress. Story, there is none, so that gets 2 points. Game time to infinity and beyond. You can play this game for hours and hours and hours. I know I'm going to be playing it a whole lot. You know, I haven't played an FPS game like this in a long time. Price, it's free. You can't beat that. 15 points there. You know, I was contradicting myself saying like they're not bombarding you with advertisements, but they do try to tempt and tease you at every opportunity to get you to spend some money. And I don't blame them for that. You know, they got to make some money on this game, and so buying things like credits, you know, and to do like the roulette spin and get different items and weapons and stuff like that, you know, you start to learn it's a little bit rigged, but it's understandable, I guess, kinda. bugs, I'm sure there are some, but I haven't had any issues. So I gave it 8 points there. For all of those things, it gets a breakdown score of 73%, but then I'm going to give my overall gut reaction on a 0 to 100 scale. And that I'm giving it a 90% because I'm really enjoying the game quite a lot. Just how I feel, just overall. I know this isn't like a perfect system, so between this system and my just general feeling towards the game, we're going to combine those things, and I give it an 81.5% final score. Which brings us now to the DDG Tower of Games tier list, and I did not copy that poser Jason Graves. I would never do something like that, but I use Tier Maker. It's just a temporary thing until I can come up with something a little bit better. This is obviously the first mobile game I'm reviewing, so it's the only one up there. It gets an 81.5%, which I feel pretty good about. Next might be Diablo Immortal. I don't know. Those other 4 games are the games I'm currently playing on mobile right now, but probably not going to cover another mobile game for quite a while. So Mobile Game Mondays, definitely a rare thing, not every week. And I'm not sure when the next one's going to be. And so thank you guys so very much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope this has tempted you into downloading it and trying it, because that's the whole purpose of videos like this, to get you to see what I see and to go and play it. And if you really enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. It really helps with the whole YouTube algorithm thing and getting the video out to other people. If this is the first video you're watching from DDG, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome games that we think are really good that you might enjoy, and leave some comments. Are you playing Call of Duty Mobile? How do you feel about it compared to other games, and maybe the microtransaction system or whatever? I think it's really good, considering it's a free game and you don't have to spend any money to actually enjoy it and play it. So I think they did this game really well. I think they did it right. And it's not perfect, but it's pretty good as far as a mobile game goes. That'll do it for this one. We'll be back soon with more videos, more games to play on Double Dragon Gaming. Take it easy.